So, good evening, everyone. Myself, Omkar, on behalf of Kirin Advisors, it's pleasure to welcome you all to the Beyond the Numbers Value Discovery Summit 2025, powered by Value Educator and co-powered by Kirin Advisors. So, today marks the final day of our three-day summit, featuring a powerful lineup of focus management meetings to conclude the journey on the high note. So, we move on to our 10th interaction of the day with the Neetu Yoshi Limited. So from the management side, we are pleased to have Mr. Himanshu Lohiya, Managing Director and Chief Financial Officer of the company. Good afternoon and welcome, sir.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Wishing you a very Yoshi evening.
Yes. And from Value Educator team, we have with us Ms. Varangi. So with that now, I would like to hand over the floor to Ms. Varangi. Over to you, Varangi.
Thank you for the quick introduction. So before we start, a quick background on Neetu Yoshi. So Neetu Yoshi Limited is a metallurgical engineering company specializing in the manufacture of critical safety spares for Indian Railways. Its product range spans mild steel, SG and cast iron. The company is an RDSO certified vendor supplying with over 25 plus essential railway safety parts across braking systems, suspensions, and many more. It operates a Class A RDSO approved manufacturing facility in Bhagwanpur, Uttarakhand, spread across 10,000 square meters with a capacity of over 8,000 MTPA, supported by CNC-led precision in-house testing and ISO certified process. Neetu Yoshi focuses on delivering high-quality, cost-efficient, and next-generation solutions for railway ecosystems. With that, I hand over to Mr. Himanshu, Managing Director and CFO of the company. Over to you, sir.
Wishing you a very Yoshi afternoon. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to present to you all Neetu Yoshi today. I'll be giving you the journey of Neetu Yoshi and I'll be taking care of all the queries you have. So Neetu Yoshi started journey in year 2020 as a raw material supplier to various railway sites. In 2023, we saw the expansion in the railway line and how the potential in the railway line, and put up a machine shop catering various railway segments. So while doing that in 24, while we were catering to the various companies in railways, we went through a backward integration, set up our own complete manufacturing plant in Haridwar in year 2023. In 2023-24, we got registered for and approved for various critical safety components of parts of wagons. So we are approved for more than 28 components of wagons as on date. Further, now Neetu Yoshi have diversified and added products of track lines and coaches as well. And further, we are adding products of the locomotive industry as well. So currently, Neetu Yoshi raised approximately 77 crores from the IPO in the month of July for setting up a new complete bogie manufacturing plant, which is in under process, and from which the revenue is expected to start from the April of next financial year. So I would request you to ask whatever questions you have regarding the company. And
Yes, thank you, sir. So participants, now the floor is open for Q&A session. Kindly raise your hands. I will allow you to ask the questions or you can drop your questions in the chat box. Yes, Mr. Anil, you can go ahead and ask your question.
Yeah, hi. Thank you so much for taking my question.
Hi.
Yeah, hi, Himanshu. Quite an impressive job you have done on the company so far. My question was basically on the supply-demand scenario in the industry on the bogies. Could you give us a sense of what is the kind of demand that you can see in the next 1 or 2 years, and what is the supply right now of including Neetu Yoshi and other players as well? And are you confident that as soon as your plant is up, you'll be able to utilize it at a very decent level?
So coming to the demand and supply, so there are two things in this. First, you'll have to understand the scenario of the railways. Railways, there are 16 zones of railways which procure for the maintenance of the railways, and there are private companies in the railways in the section of wagons which procure for manufacturing. So like when we are just talking about wagons, so Jupiter, Titagar, Texmaco, these kind of companies are there who will procure for manufacturing new wagons, and railways there are 16 zones which will be procuring for maintenance of these wagons. When you're talking about locomotive, Siemens, Alstoms, these are the company which will be procuring for manufacturing of locomotives, and the railway will be procuring it from. So demand of maintenance is always there, and it's always in a rapid increasing, because the volume of manufacturing have doubled in last few years. Coming to the demand of new production, recently the production of the wagon industry was hit a bit because of wheel set, but it is not that the future of the wagon industry is not bright, and it's not good. It was just a temporary phenomena. You would see the production of the companies like Titagar and all, they have come back to the production level which was there. Coming to leaving the demand to the railway, it is always much bigger than what the demand of new production is there, and that will always stay intact as it is.
Great. Thank you so much. And if I could ask a quick follow-up, you have mentioned in your previous conference call that you usually get like 15 to 20 crores worth of orders every month.
Right.
Is that still on track? And anything that has changed in the last few weeks or something, especially given the slowdown in the wagon manufacturing?
The level of the value of order remain intact. It's just that from the private, it has shifted more shifting towards the railways more. Means initially we used to just get a 1-2 crores of railways every month. Now we are right now we're getting around 5 to 6 crores, 4 to 5 crores to railway, 5 to 6 crores of railway, and which is increasing every month.
Great. Yeah. Thank you so much.
When I'm saying railway, the private is also the railway. Railway means directly to the Indian Railways.
Great. Sure. Thanks a lot for this. Very helpful.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Anil. Yes, Mr. Naveen, you can go ahead and ask your question.
Yeah.
Hi, Naveen.
Hi, Himanshu. Thank you for the opportunity. Himanshu, I just wanted to know what is the update on our Capex for the bogie manufacturing plant?
It's all on track. We'll be starting the production from April onwards.
And the machineries and all are, when do you expect the installation to happen?
So the machineries have started coming. We have right now the shed is not yet completely ready. We have ordered the shed. It's just that the company have to fill in and put the shed all over. So the machineries have also which are coming. We're putting them in our old shed, which will be shifting into the new shed. So machineries have already been ready at the vendor sides as well. So we are expecting to the shed be ready by mid of January. From then we'll be like starting the installation of machineries.
And when will we start accepting orders for the new plant, the bogie manufacturing?
So the bogie manufacturing and in X per real term, the orders only falls in once you have the approval. So once the complete plant is ready, all the plant and machineries are ready, we'll the audit process is simultaneously going on. Once we get the approval, then we can book the orders for the bogies.
And currently we have approval for 29 parts.
Yes, 28 for the wagons and three products of coaches.
Okay. And how many more?
Also.
How many more have we submitted for approval from RDSO?
More than 15 products.
And what is the timeline for when this will translate into firm orders for?
These like every product have different timeline for approval. They have different criteria for that. So they are all in stage, and we are whenever we are getting the approvals, like two of the main products which will add a lot of business to the value, which is CCSB and friction wedge. So the CCA have been conducted. the prototype is to be conducted for that, which we are expecting to be done in January itself.
And the next year, the large part of your revenue growth, are you expecting from the new wagon plant?
Not wagon, bogie plant.
Sorry, bogie plant.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, that's all from my end. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Naveen. Yes, Mr. Anupam, you can go ahead and ask your question.
Hi, am I audible?
Yes, Anupam. Hi, how are you?
I am fine. How are you?
Good.
I have a couple of questions. Number one, for any of your future expansions, will
Yeah.
you be raising equity more or will you be going through a debt route?
Right now, the expansion which we are doing is the bogie. We have already raised money for that, and other development which we are doing, this be it the spring, be it the bridge and structures, we are doing from internal accruals. We are not taking debt nor the equity.
Okay. And I believe this is a competitive industry. So who are your biggest competitors right now?
Right now, biggest competitor in for us, the products which we are in would be Atul Engineering and Frontier Alloy Steels.
Okay. These are listed players or unlisted?
They are not listed.
Unlisted players. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's all from my side.
Thank you, Mr. Anupam. So we have a couple of questions in the chat box also.
You can read them. I'll
Yes, yes, yes. So as Mr. Anupam also have had some question that do you expect your cash conversion cycles to improve in coming days? It has increased drastically over the last few months.
the cash cycle changed because of from private to also adding on to the supplying directly to the railways. Payment terms there is a little different. So in terms now we are building our network towards the railway, which is a completely different line than supplying it to all the private railway vendors. So definitely the payment cycle, once we have built up the network that way, it is increasing with time and definitely be much better this time.
Uh, his next question is for the future. No, no, he has asked those questions already. So we have another question is that is the company in the line with timelines for the new plant? What is your current order book value?
We are in line with the new order. New plant will be April, what we plan to start our production from. The order value, I've stated, it will be more than 145 to 150 crore approximately. And there are few open orders as well.
Okay. So we have next question from Mr. Pranay Jha that after adding the new molding line, what is the revised effective capacity in the metric ton per annum, assuming current melting limits?
So currently the capacity we have in the old plant is around 897 metric ton. The new complete plant will be of more than this capacity itself, be around 1200 metric ton capacity monthly. So there'll be a completely additional facility.
Okay, thank you, sir. So we have next question is that when do you expect melting to become a bottleneck again, and what is the estimated capex and timeline at present?
I think you're talking about the old plant itself, the plant which we have right now. So once we start utilizing this molding line which we have right now, accordingly, we have the electric furnaces already, but right now the thing is only one can be used at a point of time. So we'll be putting a more transformer and increasing a load so that other furnaces can also be used. We don't need to invest in terms of machinery. We just have to increase the load, electric load.
Okay. So our next question is the Kanpur land recorded at a low, cost or at fair value on the books, and could monetization be considered to the fund of for the future capex?
Cost. Right now we are focusing. The whole plant will be in Haridwar, so we're focusing on the Haridwar plant location that we have not thought about it.
Okay. Mr. Pranay has another question that with the PAT margin already at 25%, what are the key cost buckets that could compress the margin and volume scales, especially in the track and bogie segment?
Can you repeat the question?
So with the PAT margin already at 25%, what are
Yeah.
the key cost buckets that could compress the margin as volume scales, especially in the track and bogie segment?
So margins, the products which we would definitely, when we are approved for 28 product, we are not doing 28 product all at one go. So there have been products which we have been doing and the margins have subsidizes in them. So we have moved towards another products. So our role, our keen and our interest have been in developing new and new product and moving towards a product where we can keep our PAT margins intact as such as 25% in overall in totality. So definitely our complete aim is in maintaining the PAT by developing new product and new where we can enjoy these margins.
So we'll take questions directly from the investor.
Yeah.
Yes, Mr. Sridhar, you can go ahead and ask your question.
Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon, Shida. How are you?
Good, good. Your molding capacity is around 800 odd, and you are using 50% in the previous year. That's what your presentation, right? Around 4,100
No.
molding capacity.
Coming to molding facility, our molding capacity was utilized. Our melting facility was around 4,000 metric ton, which was a bottleneck. So last year in July, we took 100% expansion of new melting, and we installed new melting furnace, and our capacity came to 867 metric ton. So now
8,000.
Yeah, 8,000, which comes to 800 approximately monthly. 700 to 800, which comes down to. So right now, since we have expanded on a molding line also, once that capacity is utilized, we have got furnaces, but only we have a load connection as such that out of two furnace, only one furnace can function as such. So once we are utilizing that capacity, we'll be enhancing our load connection so that both the furnaces could be used at similar time.
So is it lined up along with the new bogie line? Will it like your new wagon line?
No, that is the complete different plant. That is a complete different plant, complete molding different line.
So these products will not be used. It will be a different order, and the wagons will be a different order.
No, so these products are like the sub assemblies of the bogies. So the product from these the plant which we have right now, that is capable of making parts till 100 kg, and the new plant which we will have, there will be a capacity that can make part up till 100 1 ton, 1,000 kg. So the smaller parts of the bogie will be moving from this plant to the bigger plant.
So overall, finally, what will be the total expected capacity? Total final capacity.
So from the new plant, we expect to do around 70 to 80 crores of revenue, and from the old plant which we have right now, it's 110 crores, which we can right now 110, which we can do. And there have been other expansions which have taken into this plant, which revenues are expected to fall in once the approvals process and everything is done, be it the girders, be it the springs. We have expanded in the old facility itself, so that revenue will be added on to it.
Into the electricity tariffs, is it a fixed subsidy for a fixed number of years, or in general Uttarakhand is a lower tariff? That's where you are highlighting.
In general, Uttarakhand is low.
So there is no separate subsidies for a new plant. What you are establishing, they'll give a timeline. It's not like SCZ kind of a thing.
Not in terms of electricity. In terms of electricity, it is the Uttarakhand is comparatively cheaper than any other state.
Are you planning to utilize IEX spot prices, or you're just going with a regular? Like most of the furnace guys use IEX spot price, to lower their cost.
No. Since we are getting approved by the railways have got their strict STRs and their specs. We need to adhere to those plant and machineries which is mentioned in that. Maybe others may be better than that, maybe more advanced than that, but we need to have what is mentioned on the STR and specs. So
That's yeah.
it is
Yes.
the electric arc furnace which we need. So we'll be having the electric arc furnaces.
Okay, thank you. These are.
Okay, thank you, Sridhar sir. Yes, Mr. Santosh, you can go ahead and ask your question.
The opportunity. I think you already answered my question in the last this thing. It was around basically the new capacity which is coming.
Yeah.
Can you talk more about it? Like, I think you already answered a couple of things. Like, how many bogies or this thing will be, building their capacity? You already mentioned, I think, indirect terms of revenue.
Yeah. So Santosh, I'll tell you the best thing about the plant which we have. Usually the plants are like product centric, but our plant is the best part of like a precision engineering products which we make is that a plant is as such we can cater to any industry. We just have to make a mold. So be it the auto industry, be it the aero defense industry, be it the railway industry, we can cater to all the industries in the same plant and infrastructures which we have created. So the plant we have created is for manufacturing any part which can which is still 1000 kgs. So in this plant we can approximately make 500 bogies per month, simultaneously the coupling assembly as well. And also we are in the same infrastructure we are focusing on other products on different line also to be like diversified as well.
Okay, got it. I think earlier somewhere it was mentioned that it will be only for export. So it will be for export and export both, right? First,
No, it'll be for both.
both.
See,
Okay.
we can make any product, any part which is still 1000 kg in any of the industry which require these precision engineering products. So these products are used in all the industry, be it the aero industry, be it the defense, be it the automotive, be it the railway. We just need to choose our product line which have the profits which we are targeting as such. So right now the railway industry is have been very good and they have been booming. So we have been targeting products in the railway industries. Simultaneously, with the products which we get in an industry which have similar profits, similar benefit, and we'll be developing those products as well.
What is our sourcing strategy? We build most of the things what we need in-house, or we source it from outside? That was another question. I want to understand this business in bit more detail. Yeah.
So any part which we are making, any raw material we are allowed to source in, but not any process we can source in from outside, because we are making critical safety components for the railways. So these components need to be 100% made in house. Only the raw material for it, be the scrap or be the sand or be it the ferrochemicals, we can source those materials. Other than this, any process of making these products need to be done in house.
So Ajay, understand this margin will be maintained going forward, or how do you see that evolving over a time?
Definitely, we are very confident we'll be maintaining the PAT of 25%. We have been always working on this. We have been always saying this. The product line which we are developing are as such, which have these kind of margins in it.
I think that's all I have. Thank you and all the best for your future this thing. Yeah.
Thank you, Santosh.
Thank you, Mr. Santosh. Yes, Mr. Damodar, you can go ahead and ask your question.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, Damodar, how are you?
Very fine. Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity. So I have 3-4 questions. One is sorry for harping on this molding capacity. Now, see, the molding capacity you have increased. What you are saying is, even though the electric furnace capacity is around 800 metric ton per month, due to low electric load, you are not able to use the full capacity. As and when you start using the full capacity of the current furnaces, then you will go for the increase in the electric load, so that that can be raised to 1200 metric ton per month. That is what you are saying to us?
So the old plant which we have right now, so that capacity, we had one molding line.
Correct.
One high pressure molding line. So according to that, we had placed 4 furnaces, but out of those 4 furnaces, at a time only 2 could be used because that was sufficient for the molding capacity which we had, and accordingly we are taking the load connection. But now since we have increased our molding facility also, but accordingly to increase the molding capacity, which takes time in running and operations, simultaneously the molding facility come into function, we'll be increasing the load of our melting capacity as well, so that we can, the other furnaces can also be brought to use simultaneously. We don't have to wait for one other furnace. So we are saying we don't have to do investment in for the, we have done the investment for the molding, we don't have to do the investment for the melting. It's just the load connection which need to be increased, which is a normal regular process for it.
Okay. Sir, just clarify this. Now, what is the current molding capacity after adding that new line? That is one. And second is, after you increase the load, what would be the melting capacity or the capacity of the furnaces?
So right now the new facility, right now the capacity we have got around 700 to 800 metric ton per month. So then it's a complete new line which have equal capacity of the old line as well. But it is not the complete plant which is capable of doing 1600 metric ton. The place and the complete facility of fettling, heat treatment, if the other facility is not as such, there'll be a bottleneck at other facility. So if you'll see just the molding, it'll become to 1500 1600, but we cannot do 1500 1600 because of the other plant layout which have been set up that way.
Okay, but the after increasing the load, can we have the furnace?
Furnace melting and molding would be
become
can
equal.
get 1500 1600, but not other
I
part of.
agree. No, so when you start getting the approval for your, the bridges and structures or the
Yeah.
track lines, where if you need any of this, melting and all that, then you will have to put the other equipments so that all these bottlenecks are taken care, so that you can start using at a higher capacity. Is that understanding is correct?
So the bridges and structure and the other spring and other part which are moving, that is a complete different infrastructure that doesn't require melting and molding. That is a
Oh,
different process line,
okay.
complete process line.
Huh.
Just the testing equipment of this plant and that plant can be common, but not the other processes instrument can be common.
So when there is a increase in the demand for the existing wagon products, then only you may have to remove those bottlenecks, correct?
The demand is there is no issue in the demand. It is just the efficiency of the plant which will increase like slowly, because right now in a small plant we're doing a lot already compared to the size of the plant. So simultaneously we'll be increasing in all the ends, be it molding, melting, fettling and other facilities.
Fair enough. Sir, my second question is regarding the wagon demand. See,
Yeah.
earlier in one of the calls, you had mentioned, some 5 years or 10 years back, we were making hardly 1,500 wagons, which has
Right.
now come to 4,500 wagons per month, whereas the demand is coming to around 10,000 wagon per month. Okay.
Right.
So this now, I believe a lot of these wagon making companies are having little bit, slowness in the demand for these wagons.
Right.
Now that we are getting into wagons, bogies in the from next financial year, now the demand, now we are seeing all this, the existing the companies are having some slackness in the demand. So how will you ensure that you will be able to make 500 bogies per month, irrespective what is happening?
Me being in the management and me team being in the promoter, our one of the main job is to find what is the problem, what is the issue coming in the near future, and definitely solve that out and take steps that we don't land up and issues, and make sure what we have committed to people we deliver that. So if you'll see in the current plant also, when we saw a little slowdown coming into the wagon industry, not as a overall but for a time phase, we quickly started developing a product for the coach segment and the track segment. So similarly, that is the beauty of a plant where I'm not restricted in that plant to make the bogies of the wagons. I can make any part which is in 1000 kgs. So definitely bogies is one of the prime products which we have coped up, and we have placed the infrastructure as such for manufacturing those bogies, and Kapla will be getting those approval as well. Simultaneously, we are working on other products also. If there is any slowdown in that, we will be we are on to those product to further production.
Okay, so that means whatever these 10,000 numbers you had mentioned, that has not taken the implementation of the other four dedicated freight corridors, or the growth in the Indian economy. Anything you had considered that, or this is a number you had got from railways, that would be their requirement in the coming years?
So that is the requirement of them in the coming year. The only issue here, what has happened is, so these numbers are there in the public. It's not that something I have made up. The orders, what they have given in them is in the public. The corridors which they are making the targeting is in the public. It is just that the track. So it's all like.
I think we lost him.
Yeah, I think we have lost him. Hello, Himanshu sir. I think there is some internet issue. Just bear with us. We will just come back in 2 minutes.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, that I was asking about that 10,000 number.
Yeah.
You said it is there in the public domain, and then you got disconnected.
Yeah, it got disconnected. So what I was saying, so it's all overlaying the industry of wagon, be it the industry of track or be it the industry of coaches. So you can have the wagons, but if you not have the locomotives, it's useless. So same is what happened in the industry of wagon, where the wagon industry got the order, they outperformed, wherein the track industry couldn't perform in that manner because the layout of track, the DFCCs which was not ready. So wagons were ready, but there were not space to keep those wagons. So that's why the railway deferred the DP. They didn't give the wheel set to the wagon industry to manufacture. So it is just a temporary phenomena where the track industry need to be also in line with the growth perspective which Indian government have decided for the complete in the movement of goods. So it is just the temporary phenomena where the track industry is also gearing up in that line, and once that happens, definitely the demand for the wagons is going to be in line what they have projected.
Matlab, you don't foresee any, underutilization of the bogie capacity as and when it comes on stream, right?
Not like you're saying about the our bogie manufacturing facility, right?
Correct.
No, I don't see it.
You don't see that. Okay, fair enough. So you said the new plant, the shed, everything would be ready by 15th of January. And
Yes.
thereafter you would get the machineries, and within next 1.5 to 2 months you would complete the installation and commissioning. And
Right.
parallelly, you are saying you're also moving the papers in RDSO for the necessary approval of
Approvals.
the plant or the product, whatever. See,
Right.
just to understand the process, let us say by 31st March you start running the plant and you start making whatever the products required and as well as the finishing. How much time you would require to get the RDSO approval?
See, RDSO approval have a complete chain of process where there is a document scrutiny, there is a CCA, there is a prototype. So that process we have already started. It's not that
Okay.
we are waiting for the complete plan to ready. We know the process, how it, where the gap is, where how much, where we can delay it, where we can get it. So we have started our process of getting the documents in place right now already. So that's what I'm telling. The process of approval is going to go simultaneously. So what we are expecting, by the time our complete plant and machinery is also ready, our approval processes will be also in place.
No, sir, agreed. You have mentioned it in the last call also that parallelly you're doing this, but finally the approval will come only after they test the prototype that you make from the new plant, right?
On the new plant, right?
Correct. So once you start making it in, let's say 31st March or
April.
1st April,
Yeah.
April, so
Yeah.
then they may take another 2-3 months to approve that. That is the process you're saying?
No. Once the prototype is approved, then it takes 15 to 20 days in issuing the the final letter of approval.
Okay, what you're saying is maybe by April end or May end, you should be having the approval in your hand.
We'll be targeting the prototype in mid of March.
Okay.
So by April first week or second week, we'll have the approvals in hand.
Okay. So, but still you are giving 50% capacity utilization in the first year of operation. Is it
Yes.
because are you foreseeing any other commissioning challenge or any other, or what are the reasons for giving lower capacity utilization?
50% capacity in the new plant is good enough for like the process which will be making, the kind of part which we'll be making. These all are precision engineering products. So the capacity doesn't come to the old plant also which we had. It didn't come to 100% in 1 year. It took us a lot of time. So same way here itself, we see like 1 year, if we can do 50 to 60%, it would be good, decent.
Okay, fair enough. Sir, my second question is in the bridges, structures, and tracks. See, out of the 29 products we have currently, which are approved by the RDSO, do we
Yeah.
have any products of bridge and structures or tracks as of now?
No, for tracks, yes, we have. For
How
bridge and
many?
structures, for tracks, there is a part called TWS fitting. This complete switch. There
Okay.
are fittings used in it. There are 36 parts of that which we have developed, and we're supplying it already to various people. And bridges and structure, it's a complete different line.
So that you are yet to get the approval.
Yeah,
Correct,
that
no?
is the process. Infrastructure is ready with us completely.
Mm.
The process of approval is going on.
Okay. Now, so now this bridges structure, which is already ready, it is adjacent to the existing plant, old plant, correct?
Yes.
And for tracks, you bought one more land parcel adjacent to again the old plant. That is where the track plant will come there, correct?
So track have a same bridge and structure is a completely different process of
Okay.
whatever casting, but the track part is a same process of what the casting. They are also the metallurgical casted and then machine products.
Okay.
So that has been done in the old plant only, but the expansion of those part, the fabrication part, and would be that the common infrastructure that the bridges and structure also have.
Okay. Now, my question was, whatever the target you have, 110 crore from the old plant plus 60 to 70 crores from the new plant for the next financial year. This
110 from 100, we're targeting 100 approximately 120 30 from the new plant in next year.
Okay. 120, 30 from the old plant, I believe.
110 from the the old plant which we have right now. In the next year also, the old plant can have if like 300 crores of revenue. We are targeting 50 to 60% from that. That would lead to around 150.
Sir, next year target you had mentioned was 220 crores. Now you are saying,
Yeah, that's what 220, 100. That's what I'm telling you. 110 from this, and the other old plant also, which is going to be there. So
Okay.
that is also 50% we are expecting. So 110 plus that has a revenue of 100 approximately 280 crores. That would come down to 140. So 120, 140 plus 110. That is what we target.
Okay, but what my question was, this 110 crore from the old plan, does it include the contribution from bridges and structures also you're taking into consideration or not?
No, I'm not taking.
Okay, that would be in case if it happens, it would be additional.
Right.
Okay, sir, my next question is, this you said for the passenger coach, we have got 2-3 products approved and you've already supplied some products to them.
Right.
You had mentioned that there we are making better margin. Also, the prices are double the whatever the wagon parts or the bogie parts.
Right.
So just want to know why their prices are double and why you are getting better margins in that.
So for this, you'll have to understand the criticality of product in the wagon. It is the material which is moving. In the coaches, it is the people which are moving. So the product, the parts, the criticality increases in that manner. So also the vendor selection, the technology, the products, infrastructure you need to have, that also increases. And further, the product approvals of coaches, these products are given by ICA, which is much more stricter than the authority, which is RDSO. The process cycle of approval is also much stricter there. And here you have to also understand the quantity. Wagon, it is used in quantities, so the products are in quantities. Therefore, there are more vendors into there. There are more competition to that. Coming to coaches, there are lesser coaches compared to what is wagons are there. Products are more critical, less therefore lesser like competitors also, and more strict cycle also for approval. Therefore, these products are much more like have much more revenue comparatively.
Okay, fine, sir. Sir, my last question is, as a company, we started with, supplying the critical parts for the bogies, and then you are, getting into bogie manufacturing, and parallelly, you started getting approval for track and then coaches, and, now again to bridges and structures, so on and so forth. So finally, these are all going to railways. So my question is there is no restriction from railways that one company getting into so many of their product segments? Is there any restriction or anything per se?
No, not at all. Railway works on their STR, their specs. Any company which have these kind of any company which have the infrastructure can have the approval of those processes.
Okay. So in general, if you are making a good margin, it is fair to say that there the competition is less, the approval process is more, the stricter, allowance of the products is little bit more stringent. So we can assume that per se, right?
Definitely. The more the barrier of entry is there, lesser the people are there in that, and more the like the margins are there in those products.
Okay. Thank you very much for patiently answering all my question and wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Damodar. Sir, we will take a couple of questions from the chat box.
Sure.
So you mentioned EBITDA multiple EBITDA margin figures in the transcript. So can you clearly confirm the correct H1 FY26 EBITDA margin and explain why different numbers are appeared? I think it's technical.
Maybe a technical error, or maybe there are a consolidated. There is a two balance sheet, a consolidated and standalone. So because of that, it would have would have been changes. So consolidated, I'll tell you the consolidated one. So income was around 45.89, EBITDA was 15.93, and EBITDA margin was 34.72%.
Thank you, sir. So Mr. Naga has a question that do you what are the numbers on the current manufacturing capacity of the bogies in India, and what is the current demand situation?
What is the current bogie manufacturing?
Demand, yeah. First question is manufacturing capacity of the bogies in India.
So currently, the wagon manufacturing right now they're making around 3,000 wagons, it has come down to 3,000, 3,100 wagons. So each wagon there are two bogies used. So that is like 6,000 bogies for the railway procured for the maintenance and other. So approximately you can say is like around 8,000 to 9,000 bogies are being made monthly right now. And
The follow-up was that what is the current demand situation?
Demand is there are many other companies also which are there in the space for developing bogies, and they have been supplying just the bogies like ETA, electromagnetic, and many other companies. So they are also have a diverse infrastructure. When I see of these lines, they're doing coupler, they're doing other bigger product also. So it all depends upon the pricing of the bogie and the product line, where how much they want to manufacture accordingly. So I cannot actually term the demand of the bogie right now.
Okay, okay, thank you, sir. So, Mr. Anupam is asking, what is your revenue and PAT guidance for FY26 and 27?
What is the
Revenue and PAT guidance
110 is
for
the
FY.
revenue we are targeting, and PAT is 25% what we are targeting.
Yeah, for the FY26 and 27. Yes.
Next year, what we're targeting is 110 plus 140 crores approximately, and 25% of PAT. Next year, what we're targeting is around 330 and 25% PAT of it.
Okay, thank you, sir. So there is a next question as you expand into bogies, bridges, and the new components, what the ROC range do you internally target to ensure the growth does not dilute returns?
So our main focus, we have a fixed line. We work for bottom line. We're not working for the revenues. We're working for the profit we made. So our target is to develop those kind of product where the intact PAT level remains to 25%. Accordingly, we diversify towards the line as well, and also towards the different products also.
Okay. So next question is if the wagon activity remains subdued for another 12 to 18 months, so which segment can fully offset that revenue gap?
So firstly, that is not going to happen right now. Also, if you see the productions have are coming down back to normal. Secondly, other product line we track. There's a huge business coming into track now. So definitely track is our major also right now. It's going to grow with time as well.
So next question is how confident we will be able to sell our bogie products next year to the vendors? Doesn't that product approval cycle takes time or only certification is required?
So definitely products approval takes time. We are aware of it. We have started a process accordingly, and we are whatever the guidelines we have given, we're confident that we'll be able to adhere to it, be it the revenue or be it the starting of the production of the bogie. Secondly, how confident we are. So right now also there for it's not that the complete industry have come to the hold. There have been so many plants which are just running on the bogie manufacturing, procuring the sub assemblies from us also right now. So just see the business, the assemblies they're procuring it from us, we'll be having making those assemblies also, we'll be making the complete bogies also. So definitely the plant which are just there for the bogies right now will be having much more competitive edge than those 8 to 9 players. So definitely the market for us, I don't see a issue in it.
So we have a next question from Mr. Pranay that you mentioned better pricing due to in-house components. So how much cost advantage does it this give versus established bogie manufacturers?
So you see the PAT which we get is 25%. So 25% in those sub assemblies will be saving from those bogie component people we are supplying it to. 25% of the sub assemblies which we given it to those.
So we have next question from Mr. Naga that by when do you expect the receipt of railways approval for the new bogies manufacturing facility?
March and April. That's what we target.
And the next question is from Mr. Pranay that, and what gives the confidence in achieving 60% utilization in the first year for bogie manufacturing, especially given approvals dependencies?
So 50 to 60% is on the not just on the bogie manufacturing. Other part also, like 50% to 60% is the efficiency of the new part which will product will be using. The means like the production 60%, be it from the bogie or be it from the coupler, be it from the product.
Next question, our next question from Mr. Abhishek that any plans to supply bogie, underframe, couplers, components for metros, commuter, and regional trains?
We're definitely working on that.
So our next question is from Mr. Amit that receivable days has increased significantly in September 25. So please explain the reason for that and also guide for the future.
Process of building network of railway. So railway requires a lot of licensing. The payment cycle can get much better according to the once you have the complete network to that. We are seeing that benefit in this quarter. So definitely once we are building something, your network, it takes time, but once it's done, it will be much better.
Yes, second question that and what is the payment period for direct railways and private payers?
So private payers used to be like 15 to 20 days. That has come down to 30 days approximately. Railways, a payment terms on as per the PO, it's mentioned on receipt of the goods, but there's a cycle which takes place. So it all depends upon a licensing how fast you can get it done. There are few which have got it done in like 7 days time also, but there are few which have taken 45 days. So it's all depends upon the how fast process you can do it.
Okay, thank you, sir. So we will take questions from Mr. Naveen now.
Hi, Naveen.
Yes, Mr. Naveen, go ahead and ask your
Yeah.
question.
Thank you for the opportunity. Himanshu, I wanted to know, we are making child parts for the bogie right now. And in the new manufacturing plant, we are going to do the assembly of bogie. So how much of this parts we currently manufacture in-house?
So right now, the cost of bogie is approximately 3.5 lakh to 4 lakh rupees. So out of which there is a part called brought out component which is 1.5 lakh rupees. So we are making tentatively all those part of 1.5 lakh thing. Rest we'll be doing in house in new plant.
So this 1.5 lakh, any plans to backward integrate and make it in-house?
No, we are making those 1.5 in new plant on our old plant. So the whole bogie is 4 lakh rupees, 3.5 lakh to 4 lakh rupees, out of which brought out components are the smaller components which these bogie builders buy it from the component masters like us. So right now we are already making those 1.5 lakh of components. Others components are the larger parts, the blaster and the side frames and all that we would be doing in the like the whole plant. And there are other products like springs and all rubbers which we are procuring. Right, these people also procuring, and we're planning to do those springs also in house.
And for the child components, do we have enough capacity to cater to both the plants?
Yeah, yes, we'll be first catering to the bogie manufacturing, then to the railways and to the private.
Okay. And coming to the track components, how much do they contribute currently to our top line, and what do you see the future contribution going forward once we ramp up the capacity?
Approximately 25% to our revenue track, you can say they're doing, and that would go to approximately 35% till the end of this year, I think.
Okay. Thank you, Himanshu.
Thank you, Mr. Naveen. So we have next question in the chat box from Mr. Sanjay that after Capex, what can we expect a top line and bottom line in the next year and 3 years from here?
So I told you the new plant would be is capable of around 280 crores, 280 plus 110 from this plant. That is what we can achieve. 200 and 200. This thing we can achieve.
So Mr.
Approximately
Abhishek
300
has
will be able to achieve from both the plant together.
So Mr. Abhishek has question in that in difference or anything in a drawing board regarding this. When can we hear an announcement regarding this?
Regarding
Regarding difference or anything on the drawing board regarding this. I think his question is not clear.
maybe he is asking about defense product approval or something.
Might be
There's
yes.
nothing as concrete. I can just right now we're just working on the product we can develop and how which would be suitable for that. There is nothing as such concrete for the defense which I can give it to you.
So we have next question from Mr. Sanjay that after the capex, can we expect margin improvements or it will be in the same range?
It'll be in similar range.
So Mr. Sridhara has another question that most of the RDSO approvals, approved transformer companies are in order book and executions are full. So do you foresee this will be an issue for your expansion?
I didn't get the question. Can you repeat?
So the most of the RDSO approved transformer companies are order books.
Transformer is very different line. It doesn't like at all relate to us.
Our next question is that on how much capacity are we operating as of now, and what will be the timeline and by what will be our when will be our new plant will be operational?
April next financial year will be operational.
He's trying to again say the question, but his question is any plans on the drawing boards? When can we see an announcement of this on this subject? I think Mr. Abhishek, please elaborate your questions as it is not clearly mentioned.
You can just raise your hand and then ask the question. I think that'll be much better.
Mr. Abhishek? I think that he has left chat. So we have another questions. I think it has been taken already that any plans to supply bogie and a different it has been taken already. So I think we have got all the majority questions. If that's so, can we conclude the meeting?
Yeah, can you repeat?
I think we have covered all the majority questions. So if that's so, can we conclude the meeting?
So anything, any question anyone have? More than that, you can contact Kirin advisor, and we will be very happy to host you in Haridwar. The nearest airport is the Dehradun airport to a plant. So you can anytime contact Kirin advisor and come to a facility. You'll be much more confident in investing with us. Thank you so much for attending the call today.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Himanshu sir. Thank you all participants for joining us for today. Thank you, Himanshu sir, for your valuable time. Thank you, Ms. Varangi.
Thank you everyone for joining us today. Also, thank you, Mr. Himanshu sir, for sharing your valuable insights.
Thank you. Sure. Thank you.
For any further queries, you can kindly reach out to us at corporateaccess@kirinadvisors.com. Thank you and have a nice day.
Thank you.